about the potential jump of him to the next level, and he thinks he can make it. And hopefully the next few weeks they at least get one win against three rivals, LSU, Texas, and Missouri. You take one, or you take more than that, but it starts this Saturday against the LSU Tigers.
Hey, Big Creek Country Club, west side of Mountain Home. It's time to think about the holidays and maybe where you want to spend it with friends and family. Great meals, great time to gather. Also great golf that's still ahead this fall. I know we've had cooler weather, but even the last 24 hours or 36 hours have been very nice and very comfortable for November. So still a lot of great golf ahead, and we always have mild days in the fall and winter months as well, so you can enjoy some great golf. Find out more. Go to bigcreekgolf.com. BigCreekGolf.com, pictures of the golf course, kind of the history over the last 25 years. It's all there for you. And membership information as well with no joining fee. That's Big Creek Country Club on the west side of Mountain Home.
All right, when we come back, Morning Rush Daily Questions. Stay with us here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Studios with Ty Richardson,
Bass Pro Street,
and Tommy Kraft.
Is this thing on?
And produced by Colton Little.
Thank you, Colton.
This is The Morning Rush.
And welcome in to a What's Your Beef Wednesday edition of the Morning Rush, where we ask you to bring in pep, bring in smiles, and bring in some energy that's good. But today and today only, like it is every Wednesday, anything that's been ticking you off, hacking you off for the next 2 hours, feel free to share with us via the Lewis Automotive Group hotline at 877-377-6963. It can be something small. It can be something big. We really don't care. We have stuff that pertains to us. We have stuff that pertains to Razorback athletics, and we just kind of go over the art. It is always intriguing, Tommy, to me, the different beefs that we get with people throughout a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
What's Your Beef Wednesday, always brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market, 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville, just one block east of Rolling Hills and College. The place to go to fill up the freezer or to get something to put on the grill for this weekend, or just get that chili meat you need, that coarse ground hamburger to make a great pot of chili. They've got the spices and everything you need there as well at Richard's Country Meat Market. Always time on a Wednesday for a traffic complaint, right? What is the deal with you people that are going straight through a light that's turned red, and I'm trying to turn right, but you don't move all the way up so I can turn right, and I have to sit behind you the entire light exchange, if you will, the time the light is sitting there red, because you pull up about 25 feet short of where you need to be.
Mm-hmm.
We got to have more. We got to have more awareness.
There was an absolute fiasco yesterday on the hill coming up the other direction, going on to 40, going on to 49 right there at on Rogers Avenue.
Yeah.
I saw 540 right there on Rogers Avenue yesterday, and I sat in traffic on Rogers Avenue for 45 minutes.
Yeah.
It was miserable.
Dude, it's only going to get worse as we get to the holidays.
Nobody was out there directing traffic. That's a huge beef.
Yeah. So I mean, we got to be more aware. So there's my one. I hadn't had a traffic complaint in a while. So there's a traffic complaint for you to start a What's Your Beef Wednesday.
Well, some Arkansas Razorbacks have a beef with the rim last night. Malik Thomas, Darius Acuff had a couple big-time throwdown jams. Not much to beef about with the 96-53 win yesterday. Cal had
struggled a little bit in the first half by expectations, but they poured it on in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, you won by 37, so coaches are always going to complain. Cal kind of ran
a 9-point game at the half. I don't think we were expecting that.
Yeah, Cal kind of ran it like he usually does at the beginning. Coaches do that in non-conference play. You were talking about the different end-of-game stuff that they've got to get ready for, not necessarily against UCA, Sanford, and some of these other games, but they do have against some non-conference opponents. Come on, what?
You're not going to face any other teams that go 4 for 41 from three-point land. Boy. I mean, the 4 is the problem, but the 41's a huge problem. That's something I've never seen before, ever, watching a basketball game. The 41 jacks and only make 4? Holy moly. I don't know what UCA was doing or trying to accomplish. And I'm sure this is one they, just kind of write off and move on to the next game. But, wow, I've never seen anyone shoot 9.8% and go 0 for 18, 0 for 18 and a half.
And
Unbelievable.
Arkansas had something to do with that last night. I mean, you think about what Michigan State, they go 1 for 14, then this team follows it up. They've 5 of 55 defending the three in the last 2 games. You mentioned that number 41. I don't know how many teams take 41 threes outside of Alabama, it seems like, in the Southeastern Conference. They just don't. They couldn't get to the rim. If you watch them, like I was watching the Army and Duke game before this, and Army couldn't get by Duke. I mean, Duke's pretty good defensively this early on in the season, and Army just didn't have the athleticism to get by some of the wing players and guards for Duke. And UCA was in that same position last night. That Ty Robinson kid from Lake Hamilton made some plays. It's cool. I was telling you before the show. It's cool.
He's a good player.
Yeah, you've got these in-state kids, and there's a debate. There's not this debate in basketball or baseball, I don't feel like. If you're going to play a school that you're just going to draw up like they did last night, you might as well play UCA. You got Cameron Hunter from Bryant, Ty Robertson from Lake Hamilton, Javion Guy-Keem from Little Rock, Riley Marshall from BB, RJ Newton from Bryant, Owen Durman from Benville, and Luke Moore from Little Rock. So what's that, 7? You got 7 kids that are probably never going to get to play in Bud Walton Arena as a Razorback. So that's cool for them. Like that's one of the cool things I think about playing these in-state kids is there's a lot of in-state kids on these other rosters.
I don't know Ty, but I know Ty Robinson, but I know his dad, Sean, and I'm sure that was a thrill for their family last night to be there and play 22 minutes, get 15 points. That is awesome. And for those kids that even though you lost mightily, it's still a you went out and you got to do something that a lot of kids in Arkansas for generations have never gotten a chance to do, and that's play the Razorbacks on their home floor.
You started this. Help me on this. It's during Hunter's regime, and I think Dave and the baseball team were the first to do it, and then Muss and the basketball team followed suit. Wasn't it like right around COVID time, if I remember that right? Or is it a little before?
COVID helped change that to a degree. The governor got involved to kind of start the process, and then with travel and trying to watch your pennies and playing more regional games. Yes, but I think you are correct. The first interstate game was a baseball game, best I remember.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, football is the one that's come last with A-State, which was the game everybody wanted, but there's also been UAPB. Because it started out as they'd play system schools, if you'll remember. We'll play others in the U of A system in our state. And that's kind of where it began. Now they've branched out.
We got some other beefs here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. Hogball 30, pulling up farther just makes the light change take longer. When you get closer, when you're on a light for a number of, not minutes, but seconds, and you feel like it's just droning on, do you start blinking your light or do you start moving back and forth to hopefully initiate I don't know if they're actually sensors under the street.
No, they're cameras now. There's cameras that no, I mean, because I don't think that's I don't think that's correct that the further you pull up, I think you can miss the camera, but my point is these people that don't pull up and then there's a right turn lane and I'm just trying to get around and turn right on red, which is legal in America.
That's right.
Turning right on red is legal in the state of Arkansas.
In fact, it's encouraged.
It's encouraged. I'm just trying to get out of the way. And you won't get out of my way so I can get out of the way. That's what I'm beefing about. Happened right here, leaving the office yesterday.
And
move up.
Did you honk?
No, I'm not going to be that guy, but just move out. Just be aware.
I've seen
be
you.
aware.
I've seen you honk.
I wasn't in that big a hurry,
Okay.
but it just, this has become a not a pandemic, but we're approaching an epidemic, Ty. We got to get this fixed.
I was waiting on this text. This one comes from Jay in Fayetteville because I was getting this text last night from my buddy Matt. My beef is no one showing up to Bud Walton. Just give your tickets away. I'm
going to tell you, the last couple of games I've tried. I put it on social media. I have, we've made a number of phone calls. People aren't stepping up to want to go to some of these either.
Were those courtside seats next to Cal on both sides of the table? Were those full last night on TV? I think they looked like they were. So that's what matters.
For what those cost?
That's what matters.
$3.75 a pop.
That's what matters.
Isn't that right?
That's what I was
Does
told.
that include your donation or not? I can't remember. I was talking.
I think you get free Coke Zero and popcorn though.
I can't. I'm blanking. I'm blanking on the gal's name that took over at the Razorback Foundation. And we all had lunch in Omaha, and I cannot think of her name, but She didn't tell me the direct price, but I got it
Well,
from someone that would know.
I know people that were offered.
Inquiring.
And I don't think there
offered.
was ever a. I think those were John Tyson seats. From the get.
Well, you got the post game interview brought to you by Tyson Chicken. You got the Tyson Chicken in the background.
Yep.
Like, when he wants something basketball related,
Well,
he's probably gonna get
he
it.
You
has
make the
earned it.
94-foot putt, they give you a supply of Tyson nuggets as well.
There you
The line last night on Bet Saracen, I heard Ruskin beefing about the fact there was no money line on the game, but it was amazing how close Bet Saracen was. That the line was 35 for the basketball game last night.
36.
How do they come up with that in a game like this? Kudos to Bet Saracen, right on the number last night. We'll see if they're on the number. The line has shifted even more for Arkansas and LSU at Bet Saracen, down to 5 now. LSU favored by 5 on Saturday. You can get the action for Saturday's football game right there at Bet Saracen.
Is that rat poison the wrong way?
I don't know.
Does that mean Arkansas is gonna?
That's
I
tempting.
don't know. Over-unders moved to 56.5. So
That
where we're
is-
at.
I mean, there's plenty of memories playing LSU. Petrino was talking about it this week.
The great game with Mallet down there and scored late in the game, thought we were going to win the game. And then they went down and got a field goal in a 2-minute offense and went to overtime. That was a tough loss, but our guys played extremely hard. You know, the game after Garrett passed away, we took a good lead. We jumped on them 14-0, and then I think we ran out of gas a little bit there in the second half. So that was a tough loss for us. We played in the morning at A&M. That's the only time I've been there when the lights weren't off, I guess. So that was a good football game. It was back and forth, and we still had an opportunity to win, but couldn't find a way to do it.
There's been some great historic memories against the LSU Tigers. There's 2002, of course, Matt's moment, and DeCory's Miracle on Markham. You got 2008 with London Crawford and Casey Dick. Not as significant, of course, didn't send you to Atlanta. 2007, you go on the road and beat him with Houston Nutt, Darren McFadden, Felix Jones, and that crew. And then also 2010, which sent you to the Sugar Bowl. Tommy, of those three, and we have something else we're going to discuss here momentarily. 02, 07, 2010. What's the best win in your mind against LSU? They're all great ones.
The most meaningful was 10 when it sent you to the Sugar Bowl. The other ones closed out a season well, gave you a great memory into the offseason. But when you look at that win in 10, what it meant, I got to go there just because of what it accomplished for you.
I would go 2002 because it did send you to Atlanta. And while 2010 was awesome and you eliminated LSU from that spot, it was, I guess, Auburn and Alabama was the other team above you. Or maybe when Alabama it was another SEC school. So that's why I like 2002 because you knew at that point you're going to the SEC championship. Yeah. And that was back when Arkansas and LSU at sometimes decided what was happening in the SEC championship.
A lot of times they did during that period. So. All right, we'll get to it. We got our opening drive coming up in just a moment, brought to you by APAC and Standard Materials Group. 479-587-3300 is their number. Top quality aggregates, they're your number one source. If you need ready-mix concrete, whether it's a few yards or a few hundred yards, they can take care of your project and help you get it done seamlessly. 479-587-3300 for APAC and Standard Materials Group.
It's time for the opening drive.
It's time for the annual 5K Mercy Turkey Run. Join us Thanksgiving morning, Thursday, November 27th, and start your holiday off on the right foot. Every participant receives a medal and t-shirt, and winners take home the pie. Don't forget about the individual and group costume contest. Make sure to register before Wednesday, November 26th at noon to join the fun. Bring your family and friends to Do It for the Pie. Register today at mercyhealthfoundation.net/turkey run.
I just want to let the music breathe for a second. Chariots of Fire. I hadn't heard that in a while. Jenny Hassan with the Mercy Foundation has joined us here in the studio. Why are we talking about turkey and running and all that? Well, we got the turkey run coming up. Thanksgiving morning. Jenny, good morning. Good to see you.
Good morning. How are y'all?
We are ready. Are you ready to do the 5K?
Well, I'm not going to run it. I don't think you want me to run it.
You going to walk it? Jog it? or not?
None of the
Volunteer.
above.
Okay, work it.
I'm gonna register
Okay,
people.
there you go.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
go.
You're involved.
You
You're
got to do
involved.
your part. So,
I'm gonna oversee.
all right. So, tell us about this event, and it's kind of become an annual tradition that hey, start your Thanksgiving morning out with maybe an hour of family exercise and activity together.
It really has. And this is the 21st annual, and it's crazy to me that it's been going on for that long. And it really has become a family tradition. It's amazing to see when we were getting these register runners in, how many people are from out of state because they're coming in to join their family for Thanksgiving, and they're gonna get out there and run for a little bit.
Ty, you think you could do a 5K?
Yeah, I mean, it wouldn't be a great time. I would shoot for under 30 minutes. I
Hey,
ran.
That would be
That's
a great.
awesome.
That would be a really good time.
I could do under 30. I don't think I could do under 25 anymore. I've done that before. Are you going to get Doc Hunn out there out of retirement to run this thing?
I would hope we could.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right.
I'll give him a call.
We
Tell
don't-
him you guys would like to.
We
see
might have
him.
to push him on this,
Yeah.
prod him a little bit.
Yeah.
All right, so it's Thanksgiving morning. Kind of give us some of the details because we want, this maybe will motivate. Maybe let you eat that extra helping of dressing or mac and cheese or
Well,
whatever.
absolutely. Aren't you going to feel better if you got a little bit of exercise in
100%.
before you have one, maybe two, maybe three meals that day? I mean,
All
an
before noon.
all before noon, extra desserts.
Yeah.
We always joke that okay, maybe you weren't there like to help make some of the meals, but maybe you're going to win in your
Yeah.
category, and so you're going to bring home a pie. We've got pumpkin and apple. It's going to be a good day.
Yeah. So it's Thanksgiving morning.
Yes.
Tell us where,
Okay.
time, and how you sign up.
Absolutely. So we are taking registrations right now. So you can sign up either, you can sign up online. It's through mercyhealthfoundation.net/turkey run. I'm going to encourage everybody to sign up by this Friday because that's going to guarantee you a T-shirt, and they're pretty cool this year. I'm pretty pleased with them. So we do buffer that a little bit, but after Friday, we cannot guarantee those shirts.
You think?
So
Do we have any runners, Ty, in the audience? You think we got anyone listening right now that would get up early? Number one, what time does it start?
starts at 8.
8.
So it's not too bad.
Not terribly early.
No.
You think we've got some folks listening now that would get up and do a 5K, would put 35, 40 minutes in?
Yeah, and you don't have to worry. You don't have to feel as bad about what you're going to
Absolutely.
consume and demolish later on in the day. You feel like
100%.
you've actually accomplished something
Yeah.
early, and you can run off whatever you do the night before too.
Exactly.
It's the best of both worlds.
win-win.
There you go. All right, so here's what I want to do. Jenny may not like this, but we're going to give away some entries.
I love it.
Let's just give
Let's do
away.
it.
Wait, how many? 4? We can give away 4 right now.
Yeah, let's do it.
Text us. We'll do it on our text machine. So if you want to enter the turkey run on Thanksgiving Day, and it's part of Mercy. What's it benefit? Tell us who it
So
benefits.
this is
again.
going to benefit our fitness center. So it's preventative health through fitness, making some upgrades here and there, and this just helps us do that.
All right. So 877-377-6963. Text us in the next few minutes that yes, I want to do the 5K. Just put in gobble gobble and give us your T-shirt size, and then we'll get back with you.
Absolutely.
And get you signed up. We're going to give away a few entries for the turkey run throughout the next show. You've got a busy fall. You've got the turkey run.
Yep.
And then it won't be very long. I think it's in December on a Friday night. You got the Mercy Charity Bowl coming up too.
2 weeks after. So
you're very busy right
we
now.
like to pack it all in there together.
Yeah. So busy time, and I know it all helps raise money for very worthy causes with
Yes.
Mercy right now. So
Yes.
the turkey run's a fun deal. Every year you see families come out and do it, as a family and kind of start their Thanksgiving day out. And again, you're talking less than an hour. Even if you walk it, you can do it in under an hour.
Yeah.
So-
and last
a lot
year,
of people do walk it. So don't feel like
Yeah.
you've got to come out and you've got to put up this great time. No one cares about your
we get lots of
time.
strollers,
Yeah.
wagons, all the things, dogs.
Family event. Family event.
We had over 1,000 runners last year.
What's the goal this year?
Well, I mean, I'd love to be 1,001, right?
Yeah.
Always go
Ty-
more.
Ty,
Let's go more.
How far is a 5K, by the way?
It's 3.23 miles.
Yeah. You
See how
surprised
snapped to
me.
that came?
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
you didn't even have
yeah.
to look that
Well,
up.
Well,
Shine.
and this race is it's pretty flat. It's pretty fast.
Mhm.
I mean, it's primed for a PR.
I need one downhill. Is it all day? Can you find me 3.23 miles
That's
downhill?
what I would need. That's what I would need. But we will have limited day of race registrations starting at 7:30. But parking is pretty crazy when you got 1,000 people. It's out at the barracks at Chaffee. And so it's a great, great location. We're thrilled to be out there again and partner with them. But I highly recommend registering before. We're cutting it off online the day before at noon. And that's just so we can finalize everything. And then we'll do a few day of race registrations. But I highly encourage to register before.
All right. So if you would like, we're going to give away 4 entries. We'll do them in packs of 2. So if you want to,
you and a friend.
If you want to bring somebody, bring your kid, bring your wife, bring someone that you know is coming in for part of your family, just text us at 877-377-6963. Give us a T-shirt size as well, and we'll
dress up. It's fun. It's festive. We got lots of people dressing like turkeys, turkey hats.
So when you win your, was it age? How are y'all doing it? Age groups or?
It's male, female.
Okay.
And it's broken up in all the different age categories. So 10 below, 11 to 19, 20 to 29. We got lots of chances to win, guys.
But you win instead of trophies, you give away pies.
We give an actual pie. Now everybody gets a medal. So we got really cool medals, but also everybody's going to get a T-shirt if you register by Friday. But then the pies are pretty cool.
All right. So again, website where they can go.
mercyhealthfoundation.net/turkey run. And we also want to thank our presenting sponsors for this. It's Cherokee Casino and Hotels and Ware Construction. So we couldn't do it without them.
And ESPN Arkansas, proud to be a part of this
absolutely.
event. So I think our logo may even be on that T-shirt.
It is.
So you can go get that and cherish that forever. Well, Jenny, happy Thanksgiving. I know we're a few days early. Happy hog win last night.
Oh, man. That was awesome.
Let's all get signed up to do the 5K Thanksgiving morning. We'll be telling you more about it as we get closer. So
awesome. Thank you guys so much. We look forward to seeing everybody out there.
All right, girl. Good to see you.
Too.
Again, mercyhealthfoundation.com, right?
.net.
.net.
/turkey run.
All right. So there you go. Get signed up. So Ty will, you want to run? We'll get you signed up.
I would volunteer. I'm in Little Rock. I'm stuck with family. I need excuses. Hog update coming up next here from Calvin Carter after his performance last night.
Talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot, and of course Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'll face with you, Ty.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Whether you're fishing for coldwater bass on Beaver Lake or Table Rock, or fishing for a trophy brown trout on the Mighty White River, the Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue will catch them. It has that famous rolling action whether it's fished extremely slow or worked fast in heavy current. This rogue suspends, so it will stay in the strike zone longer, allowing you to catch more fish. Available at Walmart, Bass Pro Shops, Academy, LureNet.com, and tackle stores all over the place. The Smithwick Original Suspending Rattling Rogue.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Why are you shooting threes? Drive the ball.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources. 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Hungry for steak? TGI Fridays in Fort Smith is serving up the best hand-cut 14-ounce ribeyes, tender 8-ounce bacon wrap fillets, and massive loaded baked potatoes. It's the new steakhouse menu at TGI Fridays. And for football nights, Monday and Thursday, it's wings for just 50 cents each, all day long. Boneless or traditional with a 10-piece minimum. Bring the team, bring the fans. Big groups are welcome, and we're open till midnight on Friday and Saturday. TGI Fridays, steaks, wings, football, it's all here at TGI Fridays at 540 and Rogers Avenue in Fort Smith.
The Bush Guide, cold and smooth survival skills. For a successful stint in the great outdoors, pack accordingly. Place heavy essentials near your spine for stability in rough terrain, with light items near the bottom. Now, you may be wondering, where does the Bush Light go? In your stomach. Head for the mountains. Enjoy responsibly. Copyright 2023 Anheuser-Busch Bush Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
It's always good to be home for the holidays. So if you are currently looking for a different rental, or you're new to the area and looking for your first rental in the River Valley, Marshall's Management has you covered. Apartments, duplexes, and single-family homes are all part of Marshall's rental inventory. And currently, Marshall's is offering holiday specials with big discounts on first month's rent and signing gifts to help you enjoy the holidays in your new home. Check out availability at marshallsrentals.com and get your unit picked out before they're all gone.
Are you an electrician that's looking for a smaller, non-corporate job? Well, I'm here in studio with Sloan Walker of Sloan Electric. Sloan, what do you currently have open?
2 journeyman spots open and a 4th-year apprentice. If you have 1 to 2 years experience with those, you'd be a great fit for my company. We do residential, commercial, and industrial installs. Normal working hours are 8 to 4:30, so you can focus on your home life outside of your career. Best way to get in contact with me is just give me a phone call or text at 479-461-4302. Sloan Electric. We can power up together.
Dad, the driver looks dirty. Ew, yucky, Daddy.
Hey, don't worry, boys. That's what we do best. At My Dreams Mo Wash, we make homes, businesses, and even big industrial spaces shine like new.
So you can clean houses and big buildings?
That's right. Residential, commercial, or industrial. No job's too big or too small. Call My Dreams Mo Wash today at 479-763-5561 or visit mjmowash.com.
My Junior's Mobile Wash. One call, cleans it all.
Have you had Cheerwine yet? The cherry flavored soda has had people coming back since 1917. This is RD with Platinum Distributing. We help bring Cheerwine to the River Valley for you to try. Nothing goes with food like Cheerwine. Burgers, barbecue, pizza, you name it. Okay, now we're hungry and thirsty. Cheerwine is a one-of-a-kind soft drink with a unique cherry taste that has been delighting Southerners for more than a century. Pick up Cheerwine at your local Jam Mart, Harps, and other fine establishments. Cheerwine, uniquely Southern since 1917.
At Hardee's, every Tuesday is now Tender Bender Tuesday. Right now, download the Hardee's app and join My Rewards. Buy 3 hand-breaded chicken tenders, get 3 free. It's Tender Bender BOGO every Tuesday now through June 2026. This Tuesday, get 3 tenders, free. Next Tuesday, get them free. The Tuesday after that, you guessed it, free. Buy 3 tenders, get 3 free. Another great benefit for My Rewards members. Only at Hardee's. Registration and app required. Available for limited time at participating restaurants. The app for terms.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
There's only one Razorback.
Uncle Tommy loves the Razorbacks.
Razorback fans, let's stand up and call those.
7 down.
This one belongs to the Razorbacks. Ball's on the ground, picked up by Colin. Alex has got room.
This is your Hog Update on the Morning Rush. Brought to you by Mr. Sparky. Need a licensed electrician to service your home? For one of their local pros, call 888-8-SPARKY.
Left side, Knox open 3, and Carter knocks down the first bucket of the ball game. Hogs have hit a little bit of a drought in the corner. Knox will rattle home a 3-pointer. Left side, Knox feeling it, and he drains another 3-pointer. Agner tries to beat his man off the dribble, kicks it left side, Knox with another 3-pointer. Carter with his 4th 3 of the first half.
How about Carter Knox last night, bouncing back for a poor performance by his standards against Michigan State. 19 points, 10 rebounds. First time he's got a double-double. Did that stand out to you?
Yeah, a little bit. And, Cal talked about it. He was the star of the game with Chuck and Z last night. He talked about trying to get back and prove something off that. He had the sprained toe. Cal talked about he probably didn't sleep very well following that game at Michigan State just because of the the pain of it. But yeah, to have that kind of performance last night with Trevin Brazil not playing, it's exactly what this team needed.
Yeah, and here's more. Here's what you're talking about. Cal talking about. Here's Cal.
I still think he's pressing too much. Just don't worry about it. Just play basketball. It's not eighth grade, so you're not being judged by points. You're being judged by, can you play basketball? Do you have a feel for this? Are you tough? Will you go rebound? All those things. He can do all those.
And he is a wing. Double-doubles is more of like a forward, and I know he's a shooting forward, but it's more of like a power forward and center thing. But that just kind of struck me last night when I saw his first career double-double.
Yeah.
But
how about Nick Pringle last night? One foul in the ball game and drew 4. How about that?
He heard you.
How about that?
He heard you last
Yeah.
night. Well,
9 points, 8 rebounds, nearly 23 minutes, but only 1 foul in the game last night. Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
He can do it.
Yeah, some guys are just foul prone. We were talking about the athleticism of UCA before the show. When they play Duke and you've got a number of guys that are able to get by Acuff or Thomas or some of these others, and he's having to also guard Boozer in the post, that'll be more of a test. You really, these next few weeks, you just want to win, hopefully have lopsided victories like you did last night. You were joking about the Bet Saracen line earlier, which it was 1 point difference, right? Line was 35 and they won by 36. That's just that's crazy. But yeah, that was encouraging to see from Pringle. Front court was a little thin last night because TB had back spasms. Did TB? Did he?
I thought it was elbow spasms.
Are you sure about that?
I don't think. Okay.
As my 15-year-old said, show me the proof.
2 things can be true. One, he could have had back spasms, and for those that have had back spasms, you can't play basketball. It is about the worst pain I've ever felt in my entire life. I remember it happened to me. I was sitting in
according to the guys you play pickup with, you must have a lot of back spasms.
Oh, yeah. But
I heard it again last night from a coach that Ty can't play basketball.
Well, that's that coach needs to get his eyes checked. But that being said, it is about the worst pain you've ever felt, and I remember sitting in class and all of a sudden my back just like erupted, and I went to the trainer Scott at the time, and they stick these like the device on you and just shock your back until it stops.
Oh,
so I hope
a TENS unit.
Yeah, I hope TV didn't have to go through that. But like, what did you say?
TENS units are they make you feel good.
What did you say before the show?
Maybe he had a towel spasm.
Yeah,
as we're hearing on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. I don't know. I'm going to accept them at their word, but with a lot of cynicism.
It could have been a coincidence, or it could have been a way for Cal not to say he was suspended or whatever. We'll never know. It's not going to matter here in a few months when they're heading to March Madness. Just hope there isn't an incident like that again.
Right. T's and P's to TV.
Yeah. One football thing here in your Hog Update. Listen to Taylor Green last night. He's good to go this week.
I'm good to go. I'm ready. I'm fortunate it wasn't nothing that will limit me for this next game. So
that's good. They're going to need every bit of him for this LSU defense, not necessarily the LSU offense, which we'll see if Van Buren or Nussmeier's the guy this Saturday. Did you see? You got to mention on the college football playoff last night, Colton. Did you see that? You got to mention.
Wasn't able to watch.
They, I guess, Mac Rhodes cited that Notre Dame really got going in the Arkansas game. It was a turning point for them offensively.
Boy. That ought to help lift the program.
Oh, man. I thought that was funny. All right, that is your Hog Update here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Hog Update always brought to you by our friends at Mr. Sparky.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
It is a What's Your Beef Wednesday. Let's talk about all the things that are maybe grinding your gears here middle of the week. So if something sports or otherwise has got you off kilter, bring it to us here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. It's brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. Hey, it's the holiday season, whether it's getting some of the side dishes for Thanksgiving, whether it's that Thanksgiving ham, or maybe you're already thinking ahead to Christmas and you'd like some tenderloins or some great steaks. They can do all of that at Richard's Country Meat Market. 479-443-0000, or go to richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
JT in Hot Springs questioning if I could run a 5K. You used to run. Do you think you could do it now?
I could get through a 5K. I couldn't run the entire 3.2, but I could probably get it done in a very underwhelming, non-impressive 38 or 40 minutes.
Okay.
There was a day it could be done in 28 or 29 minutes, but those days are long gone.
I got in 24:53, but that was like 6 years ago. It's been a while. And
Legs are too short to bust 25. So the old 30-inch inseam's not going to get me to the finish line very fast. So, nope, not going to work. Hey, LureNet.com is the place you can find all the favorite tackle. And we heard yesterday a new item coming out, the almond milk, part of the Bobby Garland line. Little knowledge here, little insight dropped here on the Morning Rush yesterday with Bruce. You can be sure and check that out. It's the holiday season. That angler on your list would love something from LureNet.com. Free shipping on orders over $35. That's LureNet.com. Arkansas's own LureNet.com.
Morning Rush Daily Question when we come back.
Everybody's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
My face with you guys.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Designed by Jason Christie, the Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait doesn't just bring the fight, it dominates. Choose from 3 blade options: Colorado for maximum thump, Willow for bright flash, and the one the pros won't talk about, the Oklahoma blade. Perfectly balanced for subtle vibration, multiple flash points, and unmatched versatility. The Oklahoma blade is your secret weapon for pressured waters. Precision engineering, tournament proven, and one mission: dominate. Booyah Finesse Covert Spinnerbait, here for one thing.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
This is the Morning Rush.
Hey, it's Zach from the Ruskin and Zach Show. We will be live at Blue Ember Smokehouse Monday, November 17th at 8000 Phoenix Avenue in Fort Smith. Order one of their whole turkeys, juicy turkey breasts, or flavorful pit carving hams, all slow smoked the Blue Ember way. And don't forget your favorite sides: mac and cheese, green beans, baked beans, potato salad, and more. Spend more time with the family and less time in the kitchen. Place your holiday order today by stopping in-store or calling your nearest Blue Ember Smokehouse. Blue Ember Smokehouse. Get smoked.
Save up to $4,000 on select Buick Envisions at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The Buick Envision showcases inspired design with exclusive features in this 5-passenger SUV. Or drive the brand new Buick Envista, a stylish crossover, for as low as $399 per month. These are limited time offers. Experience the new Buick at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith or online at harryrobinson.com.
Basketballs bounce, cheerleaders cheer, and fans are flocking to the paint store in Van Buren. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their color matching. The paint store in Van Buren is known for their help with color selection. The paint store in Van Buren shares their expert advice from 35 years of experience. If you haven't been to the paint store in Van Buren, you are missing out. How about you give them a shout next time you need some real-life help you can't get on YouTube?
Hey drivers, got a reefer on the fritz or a trailer that needs some TLC? Roll into High Tech Truck Refrigeration Service in Van Buren, your one-stop, full-service, semi-truck and trailer repair facility, proudly serving you for over 30 years. At High Tech Truck, they do it all: DOTs, preventative maintenance, structural repairs, and expert reefer service. Fast, reliable, and driver approved. Call High Tech Truck today at 479-474-2220. Keep your wheels and your freight moving. High Tech Truck, proud sponsors of Arkansas football.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at precisiondoornwa.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted Best Garage Door Company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
The nation's best home court advantage lives inside Bud Walton Arena. The Razorbacks are back inside the Basketball Palace of Mid-America, and Coach Calipari and the Hogs need you there and need you loud all season long. A limited number of single-game tickets are available right now. Just head over to ArkansasRazorbacks.com and purchase yours today.
At Dobson Fiber, we're helping you build stronger connections by bringing the fastest internet network available to your business. Why fiber? Fiber internet provides reliable, symmetrical, blazing speeds. Without any interruptions or buffering, you can rely on Dobson for all your data needs. With Dobson Fiber as your premium internet provider, you can focus on the things that matter and the connections you build. To see if fiber is available to you, visit Dobson.net. Dobson Fiber, building stronger connections.
The Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Online and on the air and now everywhere you go. Tune in to the greatest moments of Razorback sports with Chuck Barrett, Bo Mattingly, Tommy Kraft, Ty Richardson, Phil Elson, Matt Jones, and Ruskin and Zach with our Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Stay connected no matter where you go with the Hit That Line Now app, fueled by Taco Bell. Download for free in the Apple app or Google Play stores. Just search Hit That Line Now. It's fueled by Taco Bell. Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3. Time for the Carpat Social Morning Rush Daily Question.
All right, you men. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to answer to the best of your ability.
It's going to be a quick answer to an incredibly terrible, long question.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
Check out Nate and Kristen's Place in Lowell online at carpatsocial.com.
Razorbacks back at it Saturday morning against LSU, coming off a bye week before their final 3 games. Any reason to believe we'll see significant personnel changes or some wrinkles that they've had time to put in over the bye, or is it same old with personnel and scheme?
Same old. What are you getting at?
I'm just saying you've had time to work on maybe a wrinkle or two, or maybe coaching up a player to play more reps or take a start somewhere that, particularly on the defensive side, that you haven't been able to maybe work in yet. But I just wonder, off a bye, what might be different, if anything. If you're going to make changes, this is the place to make it, right?
Yeah, and he had the first bye. Obviously, he's trying to get everything in order for their first game under Petrino, and now you've got the second one that you could potentially see. I mean, you might be right, but you've had 4 games. I think the writing's on the wall on what they're going to do. I hope you're right. I hope we see something new that worries LSU in that defense, and maybe gives the LSU offense, who's already had a lot of fits on its own, maybe give them some fits, get Quincy in some different spots, which they seemingly have been doing. That's why he's increased his sack total lately. But I just don't know if you I feel like that you say that when you have the talent to do so. And this team doesn't have the talent in the second and third teams to do that.
But if you don't have talent, then you come up with new schemes, new tricks, wrinkles you haven't put on film yet. So that's, you do the most with what you've got. So that's what makes me believe you might have something you've formed or put up your sleeve that you're going to play that card this week.
I kind of like where you're going with that, Tommy, because one of the media members, they asked Coach Petrino about this yesterday in the press conference, not kind of in the same way, just, is there any plan to change any personnel, get any of these young guys maybe some experience? And Coach Petrino said that there wasn't anybody that he could think of that jumped to top of mind that could possibly, be vying for a better position on the depth chart and get some more playing time out there. So personnel changes from a young standpoint, I don't know if we'll see anything like that, but when he asked if he was going to switch anything around, he did have one of those notorious wry smiles on his face.
He is so funny because he is so cagey about that.
He is.
But will tell every
keeping it
injury
very-
detail. As long as the player's okay with it, he will reveal. Like, some coaches are very tight-lipped about that. Petrino's just like, yeah, he's out. He's not going to play. He's probably not going to play.
He's done for the season. He's been very.
But when you get asked like play stuff or personnel stuff or intricacies, he holds that in. I just find that dynamic kind of funny.
Well, but that's the way it used to be. I mean, when it came to injuries, you would, before HIPAA and we worried about all those things, you would tell unless it was something weak of or unless you thought you could gain an edge out of it. I don't think there's going to be a ton of personnel shifting. I do think we could see maybe something a little different on defense and maybe a formation or two on offense that we haven't seen yet. If you're going to roll out any tricks, I mean, if you're going to go down in a blaze of glory.
Yeah.
Go down swinging. So I would love to see some stuff that hasn't been out there yet. We don't need a double reverse, triple flea flicker, but let's find some things that we could maybe catch LSU off guard. If you're ever going to do it, it's off the bye week.
Yeah, and you think about the teams. Arkansas, again, you're coming from the perspective trying to get that first SEC win. LSU season is for all intents and purposes over. Texas is still fine for a college football playoff spot. While Missouri is no longer, I believe, in the mix, that's still a rivalry game that means more to them than it does to us, which it shouldn't be that way, but it just is. So the least motivated team you'll play the rest of the way is the LSU Tigers. It's not close. To me, it's not close.
Yeah, and coming off the Alabama game, they looked okay. They didn't look abysmal, but they didn't look like they were ready to turn the season around either.
That is a vintage LSU defense. That offense is anemic, but they're going to look like a machine against your defense maybe on Saturday. Hopefully those changes in personnel or different looks will.
Well, I'm with you. I don't know what personnel changes you could make that would make any significant difference.
Yeah.
I don't think there's any All-Americans have been hidden on the bench.
Well, it's like for example, you start Malik last night.
But I just look at it from the standpoint of, maybe defensively you line up a little bit different.
Yeah.
Maybe you bring some pressures from some places you haven't before. Maybe offensively you show a formation and run a package of plays you haven't shown yet. Those are the things I'm really thinking.
Yeah. Well, think about the difference in basketball. So Malik starts last night. TB's out. Cal can afford to tinker because he has the talent in his arsenal to do so.
Right.
The football team can't because they don't. There's not like a second team or third team that's on even close to the same level of who's starting.
Yeah, but Cal's playing UCA and we're playing LSU.
But even at that point, and that's true, but even at that point, you can still mess with the lineup well into conference play, I think, and still find some things. And he was talking about playing Pringle and Ewan together and some other line, and I'm playing with Thomas with some other guys. So he's going to be messing with that a lot. All right, that's your Cart Pass Social Morning Rush daily question. Go to cartpasssocial.com. If you're looking for a great place for a Christmas party, a corporate event, I actually just got a text from my buddy Nate, who owns the place, along with Christian Olson. He was asking about the coaching search. Have you seen his Dabo
Really?
thing?
I hadn't had anyone ask about the coaching search.
You heard. I've got Dabo
Finish
and
your
Urban
read.
Meyer texts in the last 24 hours. CartPassSocial.com. Great place this holiday season to host a Christmas party. Find their league play schedule online. It's always BYOB. 122 Grant Place in Lowell. Give Christian and Nate a call at 479-487-3622 or go to CartPassSocial.com.
Who have you heard, Ty? Who have you heard?
Urban and Dabo.
Ty,
That's the flavor of the
Tommy, who
last
have you,
24
have
hours.
you heard anything in your circles, Tommy Kraft?
Nothing I would put any weight behind.
Okay.
No.
Okay. So
and don't
James Franklin seems to be the flavor of the
don't
week.
mishear what
Jimmy
I'm saying.
Franklin, that's what I've heard.
That is the two texts that I've received in the last 24 hours. That doesn't mean there's any hope whatsoever of that. And I guess a beef of mine is we haven't been relevant in football since 2011. We reference back to that number 3, number 1 matchup, LSU Arkansas, a chance to maybe go to, and I don't remember the tiebreaker set up that year with Alabama because you got housed by them in Tuscaloosa that year. But there was at least the appearance of, hey, we beat these guys, we can go to the SEC championship or maybe the national championship.
Consistently relevant. When you went down to Georgia, were we ranked 9th?
Number 8. Number 8. And you got beat 36-0.
Right. I mean, and that was the end of it. But
Yeah.
I mean, we haven't been completely off the radar, but not consistently on it either.
Yeah, and so I think where I'm at is I'm getting these texts and I'm trying to balance because I'm not a negative person. I'm not a pessimistic person, and I try not to appear like that on radio either. But it's like you almost don't want to get my hope up that high I would love for them somehow, some way to swindle Dabo Swinney from Clemson, South Carolina to Fayetteville, Arkansas. That would be a disaster if their AD somehow let him go. And I think Arkansas would be in the same situation like they were with Cal. It'd be better for both parties. Dabo's worn out his welcome there, as Cal did in Lexington, and we would benefit from that. I just don't.
Be payback for Ken Hatfield.
Yeah, yes. I just don't know. I guess that would be the third Clemson connection with at least head coaches Danny Ford, Ken Hatfield, and Dabo, if it came to fruition, which is probably not going to, but that would be pretty wild. I'm almost like, my beef is I'm letting myself get my hopes up for what's probably not going to be a marquee big name hire. And I hope that I'm wrong, and I hope that somehow, some way, the money at Arkansas comes together and makes something special and just completely changes the dynamic of what Arkansas football is thought to be currently in 2025. But I don't see it. I don't see it.
Basketball's a different animal, and how you got Cal, different, totally different equation than what we're talking about with football. That was a basketball program that had been to the Sweet 16, had been, awakened. It was a slumbering giant that had been stoked up again. But as far as circumstances, and you bring up Dabo, the circumstances with Dabo at Clemson are, I don't know, completely parallel, but there's a lot of parallels between him and Cal. Been there a while, had success. Both sides maybe growing tired of each other. Mm-hmm. I think if Dabo wanted to get out and go elsewhere, and I don't think it would be Arkansas, he could probably work a deal that, hey, I don't know you, you don't know me. That's kind of what Cal did. You don't have to fire me. I don't have to quit. We just go our separate ways. Mm-hmm. And everybody comes out the winner on the deal financially.
Paul says Dabo would be a terrible hire at Arkansas. I don't know why you think that, Paul.
He said because of the fact that he's very, very adamant about not building from the transfer portal, which if you're at Arkansas, that's kind of the only way in which you can build a good crop of players. So
he's not a fan of it at Clemson, and I think he's been wrong. But what he does at Clemson may not be his approach at Arkansas. Mm-hmm. I mean, again, I think that's pie in the sky to think Dabo might be your next head coach. But, 3 or 4 days before we started hearing rumblings of Cal, we thought that was about as ludicrous as
we thought it was Jerome Tang.
Right.
Man, that would have been a different dynamic than what you currently have with your basketball team. By the way, we're going to talk with Richard about this coming up. J.J. Andrews, Sean's son's about to sign here in an hour and 15 minutes or so. You got the number one recruiting class in basketball right now, according to Rivals, which is awesome. And we'll get more of that with RD coming up here in the 10 o'clock hour.
Hey, another big Saturday for football coming up. That means smoked brisket queso is back at Art's Barbecue, Burgers, and More. Saturday also means $1 off burgers, so you can double up. Get that order of queso. You can dine there and watch the games, have a burger, have a cold beer to go with it, or call ahead, and they'll have it ready to go. They got the sloppy pig burger, where they take their pulled pork, pile it high on top of one of their burgers, and then just suffocate it with that smoked brisket queso. It is, it's really a knife and fork situation. Serve it open face. So great burgers, great smoked brisket queso, a flavor explosion. They give you the chip, salsa, the whole deal. I mean, you don't have to worry about, hey, I'm only getting queso. What am I going to, they got you covered there. So it's all at Art's Barbecue, 452-2550. Also, Thanksgiving orders, you're taking those now. That's Art's Barbecue, Rogers Avenue, 2 doors east of Lowe's. Again, 452-2550.
Do you have a beef with HR guy? He keeps poking at you for simping.
I don't know who HR guy is. And again, I've been very clear. My position on Bobby has been don't do worse, because you can. We have.
What do you qualify? Let me ask you this. What do you qualify as worse? Any group of 5 coach?
No, not necessarily. I mean, but what you don't want to do is left at the altar like you were when you hired Chad Morris. And don't think you can't end up in that situation again. When you hired Sam Pittman, he was not your first choice. So would you have rather had Bobby Petrino or Sam Pittman 6 years ago?
Petrino? Yeah.
That's my point.
Let me say one thing on that. Why on God's green earth would you think it was a good idea to adhere to the advice from a current sitting SEC West head coach about who you should hire, who you directly compete against? What the hell? Yeah. Why is that a good idea?
How's that beard coming in over there, big boy? It's No Shave November, Arkansas Prostate
you hear that?
Cancer Foundation.
Scruff?
No, I don't. Actually, I don't.
Because it's not there.
So you can grow it You can
I'm
take
trying.
some photos. You can post those. You can go to arprostatecancer.org and sign up and help raise money and awareness for prostate cancer with men in Arkansas. That's No Shave November. Ty's going to get involved at some point. There's almost some stubble coming through.
It's coming through slowly but surely. Hour 2, RD's next.
Need a new fence but not ready to pay all at once? The Fence Man, serving Fort Smith for over 40 years, offers 18-month financing so you can secure your home or office now and pay over time. Free quotes, custom designs, and the expertise to accomplish what most can't. Call 479-782-3936 or visit thefencemanAR.com. The Fence Man, he ain't afraid of no work.
Few things in life are more important than showing up. Whether you show up for your family, friends, or teammates, it doesn't hurt to bring a plate of their favorite beef dish. Together, we bring more. Find your next crowd pleaser at beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council, courtesy of Beef. Itswhatsfordinner.com. Tom Murphy is brought to you by the Arkansas Beef Council. Beef, it's what's for dinner.
At the Bet Saracen Sportsbook app, we realize lots of you have thought about opening an account, but you just haven't made that move yet. Well, now's the time with our new player offer. It's easy. You just sign up, use the code WELCOME, deposit at least $25, place a $25 bet, and that's it. Once that bet settles, you'll have $125 in free bets ready to go. Bet Saracen, the most popular sportsbook app in the state. Download it today on all your devices. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Listen up, crappie anglers. When it comes to crappie fishing, there's only one baby shad. The original baby shad, crappie fishing's #1 selling bait. Featuring a sleek back, streamlined belly, and quivering tail, that bait just won't stop moving, no matter the temps, no matter the conditions. Built for dead sticking and action-based techniques also, the original baby shad gets right to the point, catching slabs and filling freezers. Bobby Garland Crappie Baits, the leader in crappie fishing innovation.
This is the Morning Rush.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
At Wave Rural Connect, our mission is to improve the quality of life in our communities. Across the River Valley of Arkansas and Oklahoma, residents and businesses are experiencing the difference of our high-speed internet. Wave Rural Connect Internet provides a reliable residential connection for streaming, gaming, remote work, and homeschooling. Our business solutions provide the speed, stability, and security that you need, whether you're a mom-and-pop flower shop or large business. Check availability online at signup.waveruralconnect.com or call 833-492-8372.
Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you won?
The first thing I'd do if I became a millionaire is, call my mom.
I would buy my mother a Maserati.
I definitely would buy a jet.
Got your ticket? If not, visit your local lottery retailer for your chance to win the Mega Millions jackpot of more than $500 million. This is winning. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Archery deer season is here, and Infinity Sports and Outdoors has all your archery needs and more. Infinity Sports has top compound bows from Hoyt, PSC, Prime, Darton, Bear, and Elite Plus crossbows from 10 Point, Wicked Ridge, Barnett, and Killer Instinct, all tuned and ready to shoot. Expert bow techs with years of experience are on site to get you dialed in and ready to hunt. Infinity Sports and Outdoors, 3700 Highway 71 North in Alma.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyers. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-sunrooms.com.
COP CDL Academy is a licensed Federal Motor Carrier Safety Administration that provides the federal required training to obtain both Class A and Class B CDL licenses. Our program provides assistance with employment after graduation. We have finance and grant options available. Students straight out of class have started new careers earning $70,000 to $140,000 per year, and training is provided for all 50 states. Call today, 479-632-1050, COP CDL Academy.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
ESPN Arkansas weather.
For today, lots of sunshine. Our high temperatures this afternoon will be into the upper 60s. Mainly clear and overnight low in the low to mid 40s overnight. Blue skies, sunshine, high low to mid 70s Thursday, and Friday sunshine, upper 70s. I'm Sally Russell with your forecast on ESPN Arkansas.
The weather is brought to you by Forest Grain Incorporated, committed to setting the standard of excellence since 1936.
KERX Paris Fort Smith. The worldwide leader in sports, ESPN 95.3.
Why are you shooting threes? Drive the ball. How much work to do?
These guys and all of us who've played for the last 60 years, 75 years, we're coming for that stuff. And if you don't want to put them in the athletic department, we'll find a place to put them somewhere.
And I don't know if Petrina's the way that we could ride and get to a point where we could get double-digit wins. You laid out the scenario. How do you do it? You got to win 6 conference games, and you got to win 3 non-cons just to get to 9.
Tommy, you're a fisherman. It's like already having a large trout in the live well. That's exactly. I mean, I don't want to throw Bobby Petrino back. I've got him. Now we keep fishing for a bigger fish, but find me the bigger fish.
James Franklin's a bigger fish. There's a lot of bigger fish out there, but you're saying that you're.
I'm not saying give him the job today.
It just sounds like you're afraid to even cast the line.
No, I want to keep fishing.
Live from the Busch Light Studios. With Ty Richardson,
Bass Pro Street,
and Tommy Kraft.
Is this thing on?
And produced by Colton Little.
Thank you, Colton.
This is The Morning Rush.
It's hour 2 of The Morning Rush here on a What's Your Beef Wednesday, brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market. I think the last time I've been fishing was with you when we went to Gaston.
Yeah.
I had some long hair back then. That's one of the cooler picturesque pictures that I have on my phone is me and you. You should feel honored and proud.
Right there, had them pull the boat right in front of the restaurant from the river.
I got it.
Got the Gaston's logo in the background. Yeah, it looks great.
I got my old NCAA tournament sweatshirt on. The Gaston's at it. It really
caught 4
fit.
fish the entire
I caught
day.
23. Thank you. And I caught one that was special because I remember you and the guy being like, "That's actually pretty." I didn't know what it was, but I was like, "Hey, what's this?" And y'all were like, "Oh, that's actually significant." I didn't know what it was. Do you remember what it was?
It would have probably either been a cutthroat or a brookie, one or the other, if we said it was anything of significance, which we would be still in shock, that you did anything of significance.
Brandon, Kentucky, back to our last thing about the coaching situation. Dabo would be a bad hire in his opinion. He hasn't adapted to the portal NRL. I hope for Jeff Traylor or Chad Morris or John Summerall. Or Chris Morris. It's Eric Morris, by the way, Brent.
We wouldn't want anyone with playoff experience or that's been around a national championship. We wouldn't want any of that, would we? So.
2 national championships, multiple college football playoff appearances. Heck, they just won the ACC championship, beat Rhett Lashley and the SMU Mustangs last year. But no, we wouldn't want anything to do with it.
No,
Brent,
I could not. Away from me
Brent, I couldn't disagree with you more. Yeah. Not saying he's coming here, but I couldn't disagree with you more.
All right, that's it's What's Your Beef Wednesday. What's bothering you? You can text us on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline. It is No Tax November. At the Lewis Automotive Group. You can stop in and see them. They've been serving Northwest Arkansas for over 79 years. Richard's Country Meat Market, just east of College at Rolling Hills Drive at 3042 North Market Avenue. Order online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com. We're getting ready to get into the best food holiday of the year, gentlemen. I mean, it's Thanksgiving 1, it's Easter 2. You can go wherever you want from there. But there's no question Thanksgiving is the best food holiday. Get some help with the sides and everything you need, or maybe the main course and the entree. They've got it there at Richard's Country Meat Market. They do Petit Jean hams. Always like to start off with a little light breakfast that day, maybe do some Petit Jean bacon. They can do all that type of stuff for you as well at Richard's Country Meat Market. 3042 North Market Avenue in Fayetteville. Again, online, richardscountrymeatmarket.com. Or call ahead. They'll talk you through it and place your order, 479-443-0000.
Before we chat with our buddy RD, I did want to ask you about David Basil's rant at the Little Rock Touchdown Club. I want to save it for today since it is a What's Your Beef Wednesday. I know he's frustrated as a lot of. I got a chance to talk to someone that was on the 69 team a couple weeks ago, and he's excited where the basketball and the baseball and every other program on campus is outside of football, which he played, and none of us like where it is right now. I don't think, like, Hunter's getting the majority of the blame on this. I think you can put some of it at the feet of Jeff Long. Is that fair? Well,
based on what David Basil relayed at the Little Rock Touchdown Club and some of his last conversations with Dean Weber, I think this is an intentional or unintentional move that has moved to only focus on the last 25 years over the last 10. And yeah, you can put some of this at Jeff Long's feet, and I think Hunter hasn't done anything to reverse course.
So on that subject, listen, you know this better than anyone. The number of things you have to manage in a business, like his list, and I'll stick up for Hunter in this case. Like, he has so many things on his plate. And I think he's actually done a decent job when it comes to what fans want outside of the money stuff with the re-signing of Bud Walton and that, which is just inevitable, unfortunately. I think he's licit a lot of times, right? In this situation, there's already seen the jerseys, like he talked about it at the Little Rock Touchdown Club. Hunter did a couple months ago about the jerseys going up in the rafters. That's going to happen at some point. There's a plan in place for that, which we've been advocating for the basketball program. But if you walk around, whether it's the stadium or the Frank Broyles in that facility, I didn't necessarily notice that until they said it. Is that, that's more your area.
You've been in there. You come into the front door of the Broyles Center, and to the right, and we've never been good at museums around here. We've never had a really good place to display the accomplishments, whether it's the Sugar Bowls and all the things that occurred in the Broyles era. The museum that's been at the ground floor of Bud Walton Arena, it was great at first, and you added a lot of great stuff to it right after you open that building, but it's never been magnificent. I don't know anything about making a museum next level, but they need to find someone and when they built that building, they had a chance to really do that, and I don't think they quite hit the mark. But the majority of the accomplishments for our football program occurred between, 1963-4 and through 1989-90.
Yeah.
How can you exclude or ignore those things?
You got obviously Frank's statue out front, but
that's there for a lot more reasons. 64 is one of the reasons, but it's there for a lot of other things he did for this program.
And outside of just football, like you're talking about, David played under Coach Holtz, Holtz, Hatfield, and Broyles. You think about the last time you won a conference championship was under Coach Hatfield. I try when it comes to stuff like this and former players and whatnot. Madre and Anthony Lucas were there. They were part of some good 95 as first SEC championship appearance. 98. Of course, that season could have ended a little different. We all know what happened. But there is real anger from former players about this, and I'm not just about that. And that's where I was going to go.
Yeah.
So I would think this is not something you want to put on the back burner, right?
When you go ask for money as an athletic department, who are you going to?
Those players and those fans. Yeah.
Exactly. In that age group that gave us so many great memories. I don't know where Matt Jones' jersey from the Miracle in Markham is, or the football that was caught that day by DeCorey Birmingham, but those are things that fans should be able to roll by a glass case on any given Saturday in the fall and look at. It just makes sense to me. And I don't hang out at Crystal Bridges a lot, but we got people in this state that know about museums.
That's what B said.
Put
him there.
Put stuff on rotation. You know, you go to a museum, and the reason you come back and see it again is it's not the same old crap you've seen before.
Yeah.
So if you've got stuff, you have eras. You know, you put stuff on a rotation. Tom Murphy and I went to the All-Star game when we were in Atlanta for the
he did.
for the SEC Media Days.
Then you didn't drink with me after.
And we went and walked around the stadium there. They had a ton, and I grew up a kid loving the Braves and Del Murphy and Bob Horn. You know what? I went right to that stuff and that part of the concourse and looked at it.
Belted up, did all that.
Huh?
Did you touch all this stuff?
Well, I mean, there was things you could look at, things you could take pictures of. I mean, but it connects with the fans and the era that they remember. You know, for someone your age, probably seeing stuff from the late 2000s and 2010 and 11 is going to impact you more than seeing something from, you know, when Arkansas beat A&M to clinch the Southwest Conference title in the late 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it depends on your age and where you're from. But, again, I don't run museums and don't pretend I know anything about it. But why can't you take this stuff that's in a storage locker in Rogers, apparently, and put it on rotation with the things that seem to matter to the ones up there now?
All right, let's ask RD about it here on the Board and Rush.
Do you know what the preservation room is for?
Delicious jams and jellies?
No.
Richard Davenport on the Morning Rush is brought to you by House of Webster. From the heart of Arkansas, House of Webster delivers top-tier jams, jellies, and sauces with a flavor you can't find anywhere else.
RD, I think that's the longest we've ever kept you on hold. I apologize about that. We were just cooking. But I want your thoughts. I know you posted that same rant from David earlier this week. What needs to happen first, in your opinion?
Excuse me. It has to be a connection to the past. The past has Arkansas has done a pretty poor job historically of recognizing the past and past players and keeping them involved in the program. And that's not just my opinion. That's just talking to past players, kind of like what you did. And I also remember a conversation I had with a former Texas Longhorn who was on the Arkansas staff at one time. And he said Arkansas doesn't do a good job of connecting with past players. There's not the organization that Texas has. Texas seems like based on what he was saying, that the players, they're always involved in the program in some form or fashion, and they always have get-togethers. And I know Arkansas has the Letterman's thing, as far as the former players getting together for the red-white game and stuff like that. But he said it was just a much deeper involvement in the program at Texas versus Arkansas. And then you bring up the past and the history of football of Arkansas, and Tommy had a good point. From 1960 to about 1990, I mean that was the heyday of Arkansas football, and really from 98 to about 2012, 2011, you had a pretty good run there. But since then, you've only had like two 8-win seasons. I think it went 2015 and then 2021. So you need more involvement from the players. They need to be part. They need to feel a part of the program, and I don't think they feel that way.
If they've tried to forget or just haven't put attention on things since prior to 2000, then what the hell's in your museum? Because as you correctly point out, I mean, what's there really to display from 2000 to 2025? I mean, we're going to put the punt return that North Texas had on you in there, and we're going to put a video of that up. I mean, what are you going to really put up and highlight outside of about 02 to 12, that 10-year period? What is there in the last 25 years to really celebrate outside of those handful of seasons?
You're exactly right. I mean, I've always wanted to learn about history, and a lot of these kids that are coming up. So if you're in your 20s and 30s, or even 40s, you don't know about the history of, you read about it, but if it's not on display, when you go to a game, that that kind of helps kind of connect the fans to the past, and obviously that's not being done. And a lot of, from what I understand, and Matt Jones posted on our message board talking about so many of the track and field, they have, I guess at the outdoor, they have quite a few of the trophies displayed and all that, but there's a lot of them that are not displayed that are, I guess, kind of in offices and stuff like that there's no room for all the trophies. And I get it. I mean, there's a lot of trophies. But and then you look at the Bud Walton Arena in that area down below where I haven't been in there in quite some time to look at it, but I remember the last time I did, it was so old as far as some of the displays and things of that nature. They need a total revamping of recognizing the past, and I think if they did a fundraiser for that, and I know right now they're in the middle of a fundraiser for a coach, but that needs to be on the front burner for going forward after you have your football situation under control as far as funding and stuff like that. It's really embarrassing if you really think about it.
Well, to me, you're not displaying what's possible here. That's why you want the Cotton Bowl trophies, the Sugar Bowl. Even though you lost to Georgia in the Sugar Bowl, you want the Orange Bowl when you beat Oklahoma. You want those things around so that recruits and people can see them and know, hey, that happened here once. I could maybe be a part of a group either because I donated financially as a booster, or because I'm a player and I could come here and make a difference, or I'm a coach looking at a program. These are things that have happened here before, so it's not like they can't happen again. So when we don't have those around and we don't have them nearby as reminders of our heritage and our history, we start to believe that, hey, getting back to the Sugar Bowl will never happen here. Hey, getting back to the Cotton Bowl may never happen here. Hey, going to the Orange Bowl and beating a marquee team, we'll never do that again. Those are the thoughts that start creeping in when we forget the things that have built this program that's on hard times right now, but have had, some pretty big glory days in the past.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt. It's mind-boggling that the recognition for the past is not on the forefront of every sport at Arkansas. And I'm sure there is a little bit, but like I said, as far as the track and field trophies, I mean, there's so many, but still, you got to figure out a way to be able to display all your hardware from the past and show the history, a proud history of the University of Arkansas athletics, and obviously the football program especially needs it because it in the last 10 years hasn't been too kind.
You've got to, if baseball, or let me back up, when baseball wins its first national championship, you've got to build something maybe right behind the main gate there behind home plate. You got to display that, plus all your College World Series accomplishments and every, the SEC tournament trophy. All that needs to go into one building, one place that fans can walk through maybe on their way into the stadium and see those things when included them.
Exactly. They need to be accessible to all fans, not just a few fans that pay you a few bucks here or there. So, it needs to be accessible to every fan. And it needs to be 365. I mean, obviously, other than the holidays, it used to, the World Center, before, the old World Center, it used to be open just for every day for fans to go through there, at least Monday through Friday, if I'm not mistaken, years ago. But you don't have anything to go look at and say, Grandpa told me about this game, or something like that. It's just embarrassing.
You can go to the gift shop; it's open. They'll let you in there, spend your money.
Yeah, to make money. Yeah,
and I'm not talking about just setting trophies on the concourse at Baum-Walker someday and maybe putting them behind glass. I'm talking about having something that's dedicated to the accomplishments of the program and You need the same thing for basketball with all its Final Fours, and track certainly deserves it, even though it's not a revenue sport.
So let me ask both of y'all something. We've obviously revamped college athletics here in these last few years, especially with the money's tighter than it's ever been with college athletics.
It's
right?
more plentiful than it's ever been, too, Ty.
That's true. So is that at least play into this idea of why they haven't done it because of the change? Or is that just an excuse on my part? I'm just asking.
Okay, here's my read, then, Richard, you tell me yours. My read is, hey, you've had administrators in there over the last 17, when it long came in 8?
Yeah, 2008.
2008, so since 8, so 17 years, right? They weren't a part of those achievements. They weren't a part of it. So why make that a focal point? So I think, to me, that, and maybe I'm just being cynical, but I think that's part of it is, that wasn't on my watch, so that's not a priority.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, which is very unfortunate if that was the, your mind frame. It really, really unfortunate.
I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong about that, but that's the feel I get.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and hey, your job as the AD is to raise money, and for whatever reason, it hasn't been done very well. Obviously, for the football program, and we've hit on that many a times, but also other areas. And I get that with all the changes, the money is a little tighter, but also that should be motivating you to somehow figure out a way to raise more money, and he has, obviously, with the ticket prices and donations, stuff like that, but just donations overall to the program to make the overall program better. It's been lacking there, other than just raising money off of the ticket prices and donations to get those.
We talk about money being tighter, and I think for us that live normal, average lives, it is. Our groceries are more expensive. Our bills are more than they've ever been. Our insurance is going up, on and on and on. But I don't think Northwest Arkansas has ever seen a time where those that don't worry about, the normal course of inflation, money's never been more plentiful. They just, until Tyson came along and changed that a little, and changed it quite significantly with basketball. You think he just became rich overnight? Of course not. He's had that money. He just didn't have a reason or the will to give. Those type of donors are there, and I think they've never been more plentiful in Northwest Arkansas. They just haven't figured out how to plug into it yet.
They don't have the confidence. They don't seem to have the confidence in the program, overall athletic program, to the money will be well spent. Probably some of it's just because of all the money that's been spent on former coaches in football, and so it's
I think you're right.
That's
Yeah, that number between Bielema, Morris, and Pittman, I don't remember what I saw what it was at. I just can't remember. It's a significant number. RD, before we let you go, J.J. Andrews signs in about an hour from now. You got the number 1 recruiting class in basketball. We kind of talk negative stuff. That's a positive.
Yeah.
You got a legacy, man. I know we're excited about this kid, and you are too.
Yeah. Well, I always go back to I love great kids, and he's obviously a great basketball player. The sky's the limit for him because of his character and his athletic ability. You combine those two. I've always said that gives that particular kid the best chance to being successful, because you have it athletically, and you have it from a character standpoint, and all that plays a role in success. So, but yeah, and then Torre will sign at 9 a.m. Saturday, and then you're obviously waiting on some other guys, seeing if they may sign in the spring or early.
All right, that's Richard Davenport, Whole Hog Sports, Arkansas Democrat Gazette. He joins us every Wednesday, courtesy of House of Webster. RD, I was there yesterday. Had a chance to see Mike and the team. 1013 North 2nd Street. It's gifting season. Thanksgiving, Christmas, people looking for holiday ideas to get their friends, families, coworkers. Why not go to a place that spent 90-plus years of Arkansas here at House of Webster?
Absolutely. Just look at their website and see all the products. I've had just about I've tested every product probably off the top of my head. I've tasted a lot of them, and they're all outstanding. And I just get on their website and start looking for possible holiday gifts or stuff for Thanksgiving too.
HouseofWebster.com. And again, go by and see their retail location, 1013 North 2nd Street in Rogers. There's some people who don't even know about it. All my Rogers buddies do, but we tell you about it every Wednesday with our guy, Richard Davenport. RD, good stuff, man. Excited about JJ signing today, Torrey signing Saturday, and we'll see if we can talk about a win next week at this football team as well.
Updates coming up as well. We'll get into what's going on around the league. There was plenty of basketball last night. We're kind of getting into that groove where we got some competition, weekend or night in, night out here in November.
Yeah, there's some good conference match, or non-conference, I should say. Louisville and Kentucky. Cardinals take down the Wildcats. You had Memphis and Ole Miss going at each other, Florida and Florida State. So, yeah, some good stuff.
Hey, when it comes to banking, you deserve a pleasant and productive experience and one that puts you first. That's what you'll find at Sterling Bank, your community bank, all over Northwest Arkansas. Top-notch customer service. Every transaction, they're going to make sure when you walk in the bank or you deal with them online even, that it feels personal, because they're not just your bankers, they're your friends, and they're your neighbors. And their passion for growth and progress fuels everything they do at Sterling Bank. So if you're looking for a local, friendly bank that fits your needs, we found one for you. Sterling Bank. They're in Fayetteville, Rogers, and Bentonville. And you can learn more at stirbank.bank. Sterling Bank, invested in you, committed to Northwest Arkansas.
I also want to talk about the SEC pathway to the college football playoff, teams that have a chance, what they need to happen. That's next on the Morning Rush.
Well, he's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I basically eat that.
Actual price will depend on product and subscription plan. Featured products are compounded drug products, which the FDA does not approve or verify for safety, effectiveness, or quality. Prescription products require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. See website for details, restrictions, and important safety information.
Want a boost in and out of the bedroom? Hims has you covered. Introducing a new 2-in-1 approach to level up your game. Tadalafil for better bedroom performance and zinc for testosterone support. Put it all together and you've got what you need to turn things all the way up. Getting started is simple. Just go to hims.com/joy to start your free online visit. Through Hims, you can access ED treatments, including pills, chews, and more, 100% online. No office visits, no pharmacy lines. Just fill out a simple intake form, and a licensed medical provider will determine if treatment's right for you. If prescribed, it ships free and discreetly to your door. Find affordable treatment options at up to 95% less than brand names at hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy, hims.com/JOY.
When you bundle renters and auto with Progressive, you can save while protecting your most valuable possessions, like your really expensive limited edition sneakers and your new suit for your cousin's wedding. Except you never actually bought the suit because you can't stop buying sneakers. So you show up to the wedding looking like you're going grocery shopping. But hey, at least your sneakers will look good in the pictures. Until you're cropped out of every last one of them. So go ahead and get Progressive, so you can save while protecting the things that matter to you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Stolen away by Thomas. Malik with the steal and the one-handed windmill slam to make it 82-51.
This is the Morning Rush. Dozy Place has been serving award-winning steaks for over 20 years, and now they're offering smoked prime rib on the weekends. It's a limited supply, so get your reservations in early. Try one of their delicious appetizers or your choice drinks from the area's largest selection of wine, beer, and liquor. Dozy Place open Tuesday through Thursday 5 to 9 and Friday and Saturday 5 till 10. Reservations are recommended. Follow them on Facebook for more upcoming features and events. Call 479-784-9111 for Dozy Place, 422 North 3rd Street in Fort Smith.
How could I possibly be expected to handle work on a day like this? Take a day off and check out the certified pre-owned rides at Rath Auto Resources. Just bring in your old car and upgrade to the road-ready certified pre-owned vehicle of your choice and get state sales tax paid. So choice. I highly recommend picking one up. Life moves pretty fast, so stop and look around at Rath Auto Resources, 4515 Towson Avenue, Fort Smith, rathautofortsmith.com. You're still here? The ad's over.
Okay, fellas, listen up. We're going to run a 10-9 slant on 2. Ready?
Man, it's hot out here. I sure could use a cheer one.
This isn't the time for that, Baker.
That perfect fizz with just the right cherry kick.
Come on, we got to focus here.
He's right. Nobody does cherry like cheerwine.
I like mine with tiny ice. Love tiny ice. Cheer wine goes great with barbecue, too.
We win, and I'll buy you guys all the cheer wine you can drink. Deal?
Yeah.
Ready?
Right.
Try the uniquely refreshing cherry flavor of the South. Cheer wine and diet cheer wine. Uniquely Southern.
World-class trout fishing is the star of the show. Right in your world. (870-431-5202). That's 870-431-5202. Or learn more at Gastons.com. Gastons, a first-class time, every time.
Here's to you and yours from the friendly folks at In Good Spirits, your upscale liquor store in Fort Smith. At In Good Spirits, they've got what your taste buds are craving, including flavorful wines from around the world, scrumptious brandies and liqueurs, tempting whiskeys and beers, and fine cigars. Treat yourself to the best as you listen to the game. Check out In Good Spirits, 12100 Highway 71 South, across from Riley Farms in Fort Smith.
Are you tired of loose, uncomfortable dentures or struggling with missing teeth? This is Dr. Charles Liggett with River Valley Smile Center. Dr. Cole Johnson, Dr. Hannah Cave, and myself experience with full arch dental implant solutions. Dentures that are securely attached to implants, giving you a natural-looking, confident smile that feels like your own. No more slipping, no more pain, just the freedom to smile, speak, and eat with ease. You like coming to see us, right, Matt?
Who doesn't want to say, I love the way your smile lights up under your eyes? Call 479-646-0706 or visit rivervalleysmiles.com to schedule your consultation today.
I want barbecue that's sliced thick, smoked long, and so tender it melts in your mouth. Sides that will fill me up like a twice-baked potato, baked beans, hand-cut fries, okra, Texas toast. You know what I'm talking about? A restaurant where the whole family can go and get a great meal for a great price. Where the owner actually comes to your table to make sure everything tastes great. I'll tell you what I want. I want Jerry Neal's.
This is Daryl Johnston with Hashtag Managed IT Services. We are excited to now be part of AAA Business Systems. Hashtag will continue to handle every IT need your business will have, and now, as part of AAA Business Systems, we can handle all of your document printing and storage solutions. Together, we have the expertise to meet all of your office technology needs. Find us online at aaabm.com or call us at 471-1771.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
The SEC is the best conference in America.
The tough will survive in this game, and I feel like the SEC is the toughest.
Arkansas is the SEC champion.
You know, every game is a dogfight. We're about the toughest there is. Week in and week out, you're going to play some of the best, the biggest, the fastest.
The Hogs have finally climbed the hill. It's the first SEC tournament championship for Arkansas.
Where opponents' dreams come to die.
This is your SEC update on the Morning Rush.
Is there no way we can get rid of him?
Not without cause, Michael.
I have cause. It is because I hate him.
That's the current situation in Baton Rouge, Louisiana right now with Brian Kelly. What's going to become of that? I saw Tom Mars comment on it yesterday.
Settlement.
Mars was like, and I'm paraphrasing what he said, he's like, yeah, this is going to be entertaining because Kelly's going to get his payout, his money, his settlement. Is it going to be the full? Do you think now because LSU's doing this that Kelly's not? I'm not selling for anything less than 54.
Well, but if he takes the 54, he's got to go try to find work. He's got to mitigate it, and it takes the life of his contract to get all your money. What would you rather have? $54 million over a period of years, and then you got to go find work, and some other institutions going to have to offset that, or $35 or $40 million, and I'm going to get it all in the next 2 years or 3 at the worst. I'll take that. I'll take the discount to get the money now. I'm 64, probably coach again, place or two, and that's generational wealth. You get $40 million, even after taxes, you're going to have 25. Bring it on. That's what I would do.
LSU not part of the college football playoff rankings. Didn't really change that much Buckeyes at 1, Hoosiers at 2, A&M at 3. I guess another beef of mine today, and I cannot believe I'm standing up for the Aggies, but they should be the number 1 team in the college football playoff.
Well,
and the best non-conference
they may end
win.
up being, but I mean, who cares right now? I still think you're going to have the SEC champ and the Big Ten champ be 1 and 2, and some of the metrics may split that. But that's who's going to be your 1 and 2 seed, because Indiana is on a collision course with Ohio State. Alabama and A&M are on a collision course. If that holds true, it'll work out. But that's what 1 and 2 are going to look like. Question is, do the losers of the SEC and Big Ten title games, particularly if they're close, do they end up being the 3 and 4 seed?
Texas, Ole Miss, Georgia, Bama, and A&M, who you referenced, all in the top 10. Hadn't happened since 2014. It's 5 teams. 5 SEC teams get in this year instead of 4.
I mean, you look at the schedules and look at who's left for some of these teams. Man, not getting to the SEC title game may be a better deal for some of them. I know that seems backwards, but with what you've got, I don't know. Obviously right now we got 2 undefeated teams. One will lose in the championship, but I'll be interested to see if the tiebreakers need to be used in order to determine the teams in Atlanta.
I think that thought, Tommy, was correct in the 4 team. I don't think that's correct in the 12 team. They're not going to eliminate, like when you say the SEC, they're not going to eliminate Alabama or A&M, and they're not going to eliminate.
Well, I mean from the top 4. I'm talking about who gets the bye. I understand you're not going to make, you're not going to drop all the way out. I understand that. Question is, are you going to still, stay inside the top 4 to earn the bye? Because now it's not conference champions. That's the big deal.
Can Tech do anything these next few weeks?
Yeah.
If they just keep winning they lost to what? Arizona State on the road, right, Colton?
Yes.
Kenny Dillingham?
I think so.
The question is, does some kind of conference title still carry the weight it has in the past? I don't know. Should to me all be based on the eye test. But Tech's going to, if they win the Big 12 title, is that going to trump a 1-loss Indiana or a 1-loss A&M or a 1-loss Alabama? I mean, I don't know. I'm not concerned with the losers of those Power 4 championship games making the playoffs. Do they get the bye? That's my question.
I get the idea. Let's think about last year. So what Oregon lost, who else had a bye? I think 2 of the 4 teams had a bye.
Well, you had 7 versus 8 in the seeding for the national title, if I remember that right.
Notre Dame and Ohio State. That
I believe
sounds
they were
right.
7 and 8.
Yeah. I think there's also a benefit to playing.
Yeah, but we don't have this. You're conference champion. You're one of the top 4. The highest ranked conference champions aren't automatically in there anymore. So, I mean, right now it appears, and listen, we got ball to play this month. It appears like they've got the right top 4 teams. Now we can argue about order, but order doesn't really matter as much as just being in that club of the top 4 teams.
If Tech wins out, curious to see if the Red Raiders jump in that top 4 against a 1-loss Indiana, Ohio State, A&M, and Bama would have 2 losses. But I think Bama would beat A&M in the championship game.
And if you're 2 or 3, really doesn't matter. You don't want to be 4 probably. I mean, in theory, but I mean, I think if you're in the top 4, you're just happy to be there.
Keeps it going for a couple of weeks. I hope we can have this conversation about Arkansas at some point. Plenty of college basketball last night. Louisville takes down Kentucky.
Wow. Kentucky in better than 5 minutes. Little stop and go, turn around by Brown. Back come the Cardinals again. Brown. Yeah.
That Pat Kelsey and Mark Pope dynamic within the state. You got a little short guy versus a former player. That's a fun college basketball rivalry to begin with. But those two, which reportedly had a skirmish in the offseason with the over-recruit, is going to be fun to watch here these next few years.
Yeah, and is there ever a bad day of the year, even in a leap year, for Kentucky to lose?
Not in basketball.
So all about Louisville. Louisville looks good. Hey, that's going to be December 3rd?
Wednesday, December 3rd.
That's going to be a heck of a ball game at the Bud. So
right after you play Duke the week before on Thanksgiving.
Yeah, you got to strap in for that. Florida holds off Florida State 78-76. Ole Miss defeats Penny Hardaway's Memphis Tigers. And the Razorbacks again win last night by 36. They covered the spread by 1 point against UCA. Let's see what else. You're rooting for Pitt this weekend, right? If you're an SEC fan. Pitt beats Notre Dame. Notre Dame's knocked off with 3 losses.
But they moved up from 10 to what they move up to
9.
9. They bumped up a slot. Mm-hmm. I would assume a third loss would knock them out of the 12.
Yeah, they're done.
I would think, but you would think an 0-2 start now. They lost to some pretty good teams and Miami and A&M that are in there with them. But,
Where's Miami at? They're
15.
15. Yeah.
Oh, no, not 7. But who's at 7? Tech? Or they moved to 6?
Ole Miss is 7.
Ole Miss is 7.
Tech's at 6.
6. That's right. All right. So if it held true, there's some interesting round 1 matchups on what the bracket would be if these standings held true to the end.
I'll just list them right now. So you'd have Georgia hosting BYU. You'd have Tech hosting Oklahoma, old Big 12 matchup. You'd have Ole Miss hosting Texas and Oregon hosting Notre Dame.
Yeah, so pretty interesting. All right, that's the SEC updates brought to you by Valley Family Dental, formerly known as Riley Farm Dental. At the entrance to Riley Farms, they provide every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, cosmetics. Dr. Bo Sparkman, great guy. You're going to love their practice. You're going to love their staff. They make you feel comfortable and confident when you go to the dentist. So you don't have to, people that get anxious about going to the dentist. They do everything they can to alleviate that. And if snoring's a problem, you can get the Snore Guard. They'll custom make a Snore Guard for you. Mention you heard it here on ESP in Arkansas in the Morning Rush. They'll give you $300 off your Snore Guard. 479-226-3500 for an appointment. 226-3500. ValleyFamilyDentalPractice.com. Or stop in and see him at 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A, at the entrance to Riley Farm.
The lane shot goes and one. Nice move by Seeley. Got the defender off his feet. Draws the foul on Javion Guy King, and it's a 3-point chance with 4:51 to play.
Razorbacks win 93-56. Isaiah gets some of the most amount of minutes he's got this season. I thought that was good for him. TB didn't play last night. Back spasms. Whether you wanted to believe that or not, that's what they said. Anytime that you got a guy out injured, you just hope he can. If he wants to crack that 9-man rotation, he's got to do more of what he did last night. Cal was complimentary of him after the game.
Seeley seems to be the guy that's kind of on that edge. He's been real clear. He's got to improve his defensive game. 8-man rotation last night with TB out, but Seeley seems to be the one they're grooming for that spot. And what did he have? 13 minutes last night.
Yep.
Box for 13 minutes. So, and coach was very complimentary of him in his post-game comments.
I'm happy for him. And he got a chance. I'm telling you, he has been coachable. He is listening. This is for the little girl. And the guys, the great thing is the guys are for him. They want him to do well.
Just a reminder, Cal's signing stuff while he's talking, and they've got it over the loudspeakers so the fans that stay and listen to Cal.
People toss Tough down. He signs it, gets it back to him. So he's a rock star.
And people always listen to what he says, whether it's Arkansas fans, Kentucky fans, whether they want to admit or not, or college basketballs at all. Do we have a decent crowd Friday night? I mean, we still got high school football.
Playoffs.
Is this so? People, I was getting texts last night. I don't know if you were as well.
Fayetteville's at home for football Friday,
and I want to withhold judgment until conference play. Now, I wish we got a texter earlier asking and being like, hey, if you're not going to use your tickets, give them away. We will do that for you here in the morning. I'll say that every day. We'll do that for you here on the Morning Rush. Just call us, and we will get them to someone that want to go. You tried to give ours away.
I bet if you let somebody know you want tickets and you would go, that you'd probably get your hands on some.
Yeah, no question.
Particularly on Friday night.
Where I'm going is I am going to withhold judgment till conference play. Is the arena atmosphere going to be as good as it's been the last 30 years? No, it's not.
It's going to be good for Louisville. Particularly if you
December
beat Duke.
3rd,
Yeah.
What is that, Wednesday night, 6 o'clock?
That's right. Particularly if you beat Duke, it's going to be insane. But I think it's going to be good regardless.
Even around kind of as they get closer to the holidays.
Well, that's a Wednesday. That's not. You're past Thanksgiving. You're nowhere near Christmas on December 3rd. That's the first marquee opponent you've had in for the regular season. So, yeah, I think that's going to be, bonkers that night. Maybe not like Duke when they came here a couple of years ago.
In 20
or a Kentucky game. But I think you're going to have a really good crowd for that night. I think it'll be 19,200 in the arena.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you buy tickets, that's what you buy them for, right?
Those type of games.
Right, and that's the only one before you start conference play January 3rd or whatever that is, when you play Tennessee.
Started 4 McDonald's All-Americans last night.
We're having double.
You know those 4? Little trivia?
Well, I mean, obviously I know who started
You're
last
looking
night.
at that.
Acuff.
Knox, Thomas, Acuff.
Yeah, Acuff was a McDonald's All-American. Malik Thomas was a McDonald's All-American. I don't remember if Pringle was or not.
DJ Wagner.
Pringle's the only one that won.
Okay.
But that's the first time in
yeah.
history of Arkansas basketball you've started 4 McDonald's All-Americans. Saw that in the game notes last night. Cal again tinkered with it. Brazil's
was,
not
was
playing.
Pringle a Taco Bell All-American or?
I mean, so let's see. He started at Wofford. Help me on this. Wofford, JUCO, Bama, South Carolina, Fayetteville.
Right.
So no, I'm going to guess starting at Wofford. No,
probably not. So, but interesting. To see that talent. I still think they're mixing and matching. You said something earlier that you still may be mixing and matching rotations and lineup into conference play. I don't disagree with that.
And not that I'm wishing an injury, but if you do have one, that's going to affect it. Pinto put this out last night. With the crowds, and you mentioned Louisville, even like students may be lacking, but how do you fill the lower bowl? Do you just say, well, if this person's not coming, will you? And it's hard to gauge because you'd have to poll every Razorback fan that has a ticket. Hey, are you coming to this game or not?
And I think I don't think you want to start this precedent. But, in some places, they'll tell you at the under 12 or the under 8, move on down. I don't know if we institute a policy of that nature. This is the same problem we've talked about in baseball where some of the great seats between the bases
move behind
don't get
home
filled.
plate.
And they don't do that. I mean, I don't know, because those are the big money tickets in that lower bowl. I mean, we doubled our donation and got worse seats this year. So, I mean, some of this is people that gave $40,000 to get in that elite club where you had access to more tickets probably have a hard time filling all those giveaways, or giving away all the tickets they have, rather, particularly on a weeknight against an in-state opponent. So if you had 10 seats or 14 seats, that's probably, I think you could get 14 if you gave 40.
That sounds right. Yeah.
You have 13 other family members and buddies that want to go on a weeknight to watch them play UCA. And then Friday night,
I know
same
our
thing
listeners,
for Sanford.
I know our listeners do.
Yeah. But people probably they don't have time, and there's just a lot of stuff going on. Hey, all right, we don't have a line yet on Oaklawn Sports for the game Friday. That'll be coming up later on. But there is plenty of college football out there, the NFL, all of it, as well as we get down to division winners in the pros. We're getting down to conference championship qualifiers in college football. You can find it all there at the Oaklawn Sports app. Plus, new customers get $1,000 in bonus bets. New and existing customers get the 10% profit boost on 3-leg parlays. And withdrawing and adding funds has never been easier than it is now with Oaklawn Sports. So bet with Arkansas's best sports betting app. Bet with Oaklawn Sports. All right, more to get to. Got 15 minutes to go. Halftime coming up with Matt and Phil. That's on the way. We're brought to you by Gaston's White River Resort. We were talking about Gaston's and a trip that made a great memory for me and Ty. You can do the same thing. The weather is just prime. And the fall foliage and the drive to Gaston's is primo right now. Then I can tell you the view from the river when you're floating the river and just seeing the change of the colors. I can't imagine a better week or two of the year than you got right now to fish the White River. 870-431-5202. They'll bring the firewood to the front door of your cabin. You can, start a fire in the fireplace there. Enjoy that. They got fire pits around the property. Great restaurant to do all the cooking, or kitchens inside your cabin if you'd like to maybe make a pot of chili or bring something special you want to do as well. 870-431-5202. 870-431-5202. Gaston's White River Resort. A first-class time every time.
everybody's talking about Richard's Meat Market because that's my spot. And, of course, Richard and Chris have been around forever.
What's Your Beef Wednesday is brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market in Fayetteville. Online at richardscountrymeatmarket.com.
I'll face with you, guys.
So much work to do.
This is the Morning Rush.
Up to $11,000 off on select GMC Sierras at Harry Robinson Buick GMC. The GMC Sierra will conquer the road with confidence. Up to $11,000 off, or take 4.9% for up to 84 months. Lease the all-new 2025 GMC Hummer and go 0 to 60 in under 3.9 seconds for as low as $9.99 a month. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. We are professional grade. Harry Robinson Buick GMC. Exit 11 off of I-540 in Fort Smith.
They say consistency is the key to success. They weren't wrong. So how about grabbing a beer that's consistently smooth, consistently refreshing, and consistently light? You might just find that the road to success can be pretty enjoyable. Michelob Ultra, the perfect balance of taste and refreshment, and only 2.6 carbs and 95 calories. It's only worth it if you enjoy it. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Michelob Ultra Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Right now, someone in a Hardee's kitchen is about to warm up your winter with the new grilled cheese bacon burger. Charbroiled 100% Angus beef, bacon, and Swiss and American cheese melting on our soft, buttery sourdough. And our new grilled cheese breakfast sandwich with sausage or bacon and a fried egg. Cozy up to the goodness of the new grilled cheese bacon burger and breakfast sandwich. For a limited time, only at Hardee's. Cinnamon Raisin Biscuits are back. Unwrap them while you can. Only for a limited time at participating restaurants.
Freshen up your golf game at the Golf Nut. We've got the latest apparel and head covers from Pins and Aces, plus new shirts and shorts from Red Vanley. Ghost golf bags are here in Sunday bag, carry, and card 14 styles. Zero torque putters are the hottest thing on the greens. Check out our models from TaylorMade, Lab Golf, and Odyssey. For precision on every shot, we've got rangefinders from Blue Tees and Bushnell. Visit the Golf Nut, 5121 Towson Avenue in Fort Smith. Fort Smith's #1 golf shop since 1994.
Valley Family Dental at the entrance to Riley Farms provides every type of dental care and procedure for you and your family. General dentistry, braces, implants, same-day crowns, and cosmetics. Dr. Sparkman, Farmer, and now Dr. Blaine Van Nice work to give all of their patients a better life with a better smile. Valley Family Dental, 5901 Riley Park Drive, Suite A at the entrance to Riley Farms. Let them know you heard this on ESPN Radio and receive $300 off a snore guard. Valley Family Dental, 479-226-3500 for an appointment, or visit valleyfamilydentalpractice.com.
Want pavement protection that goes the distance? Seal-Tite of Oklahoma now offers Rhino-Tite Premium Asphalt Emulsified Sealant, the next level in driveway and parking lot care. Healthier for the environment, Rhino-Tite delivers superior defense against weather, UV rays, and wear and tear. With its high solids content, you'll get a smoother, stronger, longer-lasting driving surface. Whether you're a do-it-yourselfer or a contractor buying in bulk, Seal-Tite has the products and support you need. Visit SealTiteOklahoma.com today and protect your pavement with Rhino-Tite.
Colorworks Paint and Body in Barling offers professional automotive painting, bodywork, and fabrication that is unsurpassed in talent and dedication. Owner Andy Harrod uses the latest in collision repair technology to ensure all damage is addressed, whether it's visible or hidden, and works with all insurance companies. Andy and his crew have the experience and commitment to give you complete trust in the repair of your vehicle, no matter the size of the job. Colorworks is located at 1206 4th Street in Barling, across from Dollar General, and is on Facebook, where you can check out their work.
If the 25th is the silver anniversary and the 50th is gold, what's the 75th? Well, that's the fresh beef, onions, pickles, lettuce, tomatoes, fries, and drink anniversary. Everybody knows that. Get the #1 water meal for $7.50 in honor of our 75th anniversary. A meal like that is the way you're supposed to celebrate a 75th. The Whataburger 75th meal deal. Whataburger, what a deal. For a limited time at participating locations.
Your home for every Razorback football, basketball, and baseball game. ESPN 95.3.
Number you have ever reached.
The worldwide leader in sports.
It was her first ball game with my wife, and we ended up on that field. We were in section 104. Brother, you just turned the light bulb on. You got to go with somebody. At least I go with a winner. Tommy, they're great.
You're listening to The Morning Rush with Ty Richardson and Tommy Kraft. Call or text the Lewis Automotive Group hotline, 877-377-6963.
All right, final segment here. What's your beef Wednesday on the Morning Rush? I know Cal always beefing about about something.
So much work to do.
Even after a 36-point win. We'll talk more about that. Arkansas football in action again this weekend against the LSU Tigers. We fielded plenty of calls, plenty of texts here on the Lewis Automotive Group hotline from different texters, different callers today. It's been a good What's Your Beef Wednesday brought to you by Richard's Country Meat Market as well. I saw Larry and David are giving away a few things around Thanksgiving. Tommy, little harps giveaway.
Yeah.
Rath Mitsubishi, Rath Auto Resource, always doing something, giving away something on their social media. I know that Larry likes to do the weekly specials, take and buy through the Meineke Car Care Center and do that. So if you're not following both of them on Facebook, you need to do so. Again, Rath Auto Resources and Rath Mitsubishi helping you at both sides of the tunnel, again, in Springdale and in Fort Smith. And look out for that harps giveaway. I know a lot of people have signed up for it. Want to take advantage of that for the holiday season. Take advantage of some more sports radio. Halftime, Phil Ellison, Matt Jones, and Big C coming up next here on ESPN Arkansas.
The Mega Millions jackpot from the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery is now more than $500 million. So, what would you do if you were